Alright, this is going to be the beginning of my YouTube channel right here. Let me see if I can try to get this done. And get it done before this month out. You know, I want to try to capture the spirit of the month. Today's date is 2/27/2019, so-called Black History Month. Yesterday was my born day, by the way, so happy born day to Konscious Soul Child. Alright, this is a piece that I wrote, an essay, to be specific. And it's called, What Does Black History Month Mean to You? For those of us who conscious, black conscious, it shouldn't mean anything. But for those of us who still sleepwalking, you know, hopefully it opens your eyes. But let's get to it. Black History Month. What exactly does it mean to you or me? Let's break it down for a more thorough analysis. Black History Month and its initial intent, which was Negro History Week back in February 1926, it was created by Carter G. Woodson in an effort to commemorate the greatness of blacks or Africans in America, as well as to highlight their contributions to mankind and civilization as a whole. But today, as like yesterday, its original purpose of wide scope and intent has been lost on a lot of us and obscured by both time, neglect, and forgetfulness. So as analysts, conscious thinking people, we must question ourselves and others and ask the following. 1. Who is it that dictates the curriculum of Black History Month every single year in the public and private institutions of learning on the elementary, junior high, and high school level in this country? 2. Similarly, who dictates the media machine as it churns out every February its take on and predisposition to which should and should not be highlighted and celebrated by blacks in this country during so-called Black History Month? 3. Why is it that Martin Luther King Jr. and the surrounding civil rights movement, that is, images of victimized, helpless blacks marching, picketing, boycotting, why is this the only thing ever blasted repeatedly on the TV screens in this country during so-called Black History Month? And 4. Has anyone ever heard of Marcus Garvey, the founder of the UNIA, the United Negro Improvement Association, or Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam, or Malcolm X, a former member of the Nation of Islam, or Huey P. Newton in the Black Panther Party, or the Black Liberation Army, or Move out of Philadelphia? Or how about Assata Shakur, Afeni Shakur, Tupac's mother? How about George and Jonathan Jackson, or Angela Davis? Did not these latter but strong black folks also contribute to the struggle and our plight in this country? So why are they and countless others ignored and never mentioned during so-called Black History Month? Are they not black too? Here's my analysis, my analytical breakdown of the whole thing. Firstly, who do you think it is that is the sole authority in this country that exercises absolute control over what is taught to our black seeds during the so-called isolated month of February? Is it our black scholars like Supreme Understanding or Michelle Alexander or even Hill Harper or other lesser known but reputable black intelligentsia of note? Hardly. The powers that be that are over our very own black history curriculum just so happen to be the descendants of the very entity which initially suppressed the truth of our ancestors' great history as founders of original man's first civilizations, its innovations, its technological inventions, the civil engineering, the architecture, the stone and ironwork, and masonry. To control what a people is taught and not taught at every stage of academia is to control the mind of that people. Secondly, when you hear the term media machine, surely the image of a group of well-educated black or Latino men and women doesn't come to mind, does it? I would hope not. Thirdly, and this one is going to really stoke the ire of the elder black community, and so be it. Martin Luther King Jr. was a pacifist, and not just a regular pacifist, but the ultimate pacifist. His social/societal acrobatic feat was an attempt to appease a racist, a belligerent, and a prejudicially hostile group of white people, while simultaneously attempting to appease the very blacks who were the undeserving recipients of a white-hot racist hate toward them that manifested itself in many forms, some of which were modern-day public lynchings, kangaroo-style trials in courtrooms, the Jim Crow-esque legislation, beatings, maimings, rapings, and the like. Martin Luther King, the ultimate pacifist and staunch nonviolent advocate in the civil rights movement, is the only thing that this non-black or Latino media machine ever endorses and continues to shove down the throats of our young black seeds in this country. Think about that. And why? Why? We should wonder. My take is that Brother Martin, as passive and nonviolent as he was considered by them, the racist white establishment at the time, he was considered as the lesser of two evils. And for those of you who know their homework and research, you know where I'm at with that. Malcolm on one hand, Martin on the other. Which one would you rather have? The nice guy who talking nonviolent, or the guy who talking about self-defense? You put your hand on me, I'm a break. Back to the essence. In other words, 1960 white America would gladly rush to embrace a non-violent-minded MLK over a more militant-minded Malcolm, or a BPP, who both espouse a right to self-defense philosophy and doctrine. And the short and long-term drawback to all of this is the negative impact upon the mind and the psyche of our youth and the present-day alumni of the so-called nonviolent era. I had to pause for a second, so let's see if I can get back on track. What was I? And why, we should wonder. My take is that Brother Martin was considered by the then white racist establishment at the time as the lesser of two evils. In other words, 1960s white America would gladly rush to embrace a non-violent-minded MLK over a more militant-minded Malcolm X or Black Panther Party, who both espoused a right to self-defense philosophy and doctrine, and rightly so, in my opinion. And the short and long-term drawback to all of this is its negative impact upon the mind and psyche of our youth and the present-day alumni of the nonviolent era, who also, condone the indoctrination of this passivity, this tolerance for oppression and mistreatment and physical abuse. During the civil rights era, all we ever did was march, and yell, and chant, and sing old tired Negro spirituals. And if you look around today, all you will see is us still marching, yelling and chanting, and still singing 100, 200, and 300-year-old tired-ass Negro spirituals. Hoarse, sore throats, and aching feet then. Hoarse, sore throats, and aching feet now. The reason we never celebrate other heroes and she-ros of our black struggles here in America during this isolated month of February, or Black History Month, is because the powers that be know that igniting within our youth the fires and the true revolutionary spirit of, say, a Marcus Garvey, a Malcolm X, a Hewitt P. Newton, a George and Jonathan Jackson, or an Assata and Athena Shakur, to spell trouble for the new white America of today. So they feed us a bland diet of Martin and marching only. Think about the black movies before us that are put into constant rotation during so-called Black History Month. I call them slave movies. And others close to it that show blacks bowing, scraping, and praying their way out of injustice, mistreatment, and abuse. You never see coverage or documentaries on the Black Panther Party and the free breakfast programs they alone spearheaded, or the free medicine clinics, real neighborhood watch, armed brothers and sisters, profiling racist white cops who preyed on black neighborhood citizens. Absolutely no coverage on how Elijah Muhammad, with the aid of Brother Malcolm, single-handedly built the Nation of Islam, which helped thousands of brothers and sisters kick their dope habit without the use of methadone and other so-called, whatever you want to call it. How the Nation of Islam taught and instilled in black folks a cultural awareness, self-respect, and how to do for self and more. You don't see that kind of stuff. And it's not no accident. Almost 30 years prior to that, there was a brother by the name of Marcus Garvey who single-handedly electrified and united over 1 million blacks, Latinos, and others here in America, the Caribbean, and in Central America. He bought massive steamliners, employed blacks, and issued company bonds and stock certificates. But ask any elementary child of African descent who any of these latter great people were, and most cannot tell you. But ask them about Martin. So to answer my own question about isolated February, I like to call it, or partial and incomplete Black History Month, it means absolutely nothing to me in its present form. And to those of you who are black conscious or semi-awake, it should mean very little to you also. Until we, us, the people of color who's supposed to be commemorated during this month, until we redefine and own it. And that responsibility lies with us. So I'm starting now with a list of mandatory reading of books that should be purchased and given and read to our black seeds. You know what I'm saying? So think about this, y'all. What does Black History Month mean to you? February 2019. It means nothing to me. And after hearing this essay, processing it, mulling it over, and really dissecting it, you should come to the conclusion that it doesn't mean anything to you either.